teachers' recruitment advertisement did not emanate from TESCOM. The statement added that the Permanent Secretary TESCOM, Mrs. Tulakemi, enjoined members of the public to ignore the advertisement. Akiyomi further noted that the Ondo State government is committed to providing enabling environment and relevant instructional facilities in tandem with global best practices for effective and efficient teaching and learning to thrive in all the public secondary schools in Ondo State. According to him, teachers are now enjoying the dividends of democracy through regular payment of salaries, regular promotion, among other benefits for the deserving ones. Ondo State Governor Honorable Lucky Ayedatiwa has ordered an immediate review of waste management policies and operations in Ondo State, particularly in Akure, the state capital. The governor handed down the directive during a meeting with the Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Sunday Akinwalire, in Akure. Ayedatiwa expressed dissatisfaction with the state of cleanliness in the state capital, saying that Akure must be returned to its old status as one of the cleanest states capitals in Nigeria. Our correspondent Kunle Abiyo reports.
Years back, Akure, the Ondo State capital, was widely considered as the second cleanest state capital in Nigeria after Calabar, Cross River State, thanks to meticulous combination of effective waste management and urban renewal initiative of the government. Over the years, the situation changed and filthiness became the order of the day as heaps of refuse dotted strategic areas of the state capital. Not satisfied with this, the state government decided to review waste management policies and operations in the state. The state governor, Lucky Ayedatiwa, emphasized his administration's commitment towards making all the nooks and crannies of the state clean, with particular attention to the state capital. Following the governor's directive, the Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Sunday Akinwalire, embarked on an inspection and monitoring exercise to strategic areas and various dump sites within the state capital. Speaking during the inspection, the Commissioner, who said Governor Ayedatiwa was concerned about the healthy living of the citizens, urged the people to live in a healthy environment to avoid contracting contagious diseases.
Thank God Almighty that Mr. Governor, that is Honorable Lucky Ayedatiwa, decided that vehemently we must go against any system at all that will continue to bring waste into a public domain. And an approval for emergency intervention was given to the Minister of Environment to commence emergency operation on all our major roads in Akure metropolis, not just for waste, but for vegetation control.
Mr. Akinwalire employed the public to make the environment clean and live a healthy lifestyle, as the government would do everything possible to make the environment more people-friendly.
You can find out that remarkable achievement and improvement has been recorded on our highways, most especially from A Division down to Cathedral and even to Oloko, Azix, Ondo Road. All the illegal dump sites have been visited and work is ongoing in all the illegal dump sites across Akure metropolis.
The commissioner warned traders on the walkways as well as those dumping refuse on major roads to desist from such acts and obey environmental laws, noting that government has established a disciplinary court for defaulters.
A new down has come up as far as managing our environment is concerned. We have gotten our environmental court where we will try offenders and fought with anybody caught misusing the environment. You drop waste illegally or haphazardly across the zone, you'll be arrested summarily, then you go to court, you face the wrath of the Lord. We cannot, by whatever standard, stay back, watching helplessly, looking at people eroding all the good things that Mr. Governor or the government of Ondo State has placed.
Kunle Ariyo, Osrc News.
Journalism should not be seen as a money-making venture, but a service to humanity. This position topped the list of discussion during an interactive session at the annual get-together program organized by retired journalists in Ondo State. Omorela Ubeji has details.
These are highly respected, famous, and renowned pen pushers who have contributed to the journalism profession in Ondo State and beyond. Annually, they reunite, reflect, and provide solutions to how the standard of pen professionals in the state can be improved upon, while ensuring that ethical standards of journalism are sustained. Chairman, League of Veteran Journalists, Ondo State Chapter, Banji Kuroloja, while thanking God for the divine strength given to the retirees, charged veterans on mentorship of young journalists.
That we are still alive as veterans is a big thing for us. We thank God for that. We should strive very hard to ensure that this profession is not abused in any way.
Others stressed the need for journalism ethics to be upheld.
So if you have at the back of your mind, I want to be a journalist. If you have at the back of your mind, you will suffer a lot of indications, but at the end of the day, you'll be happy that you are a journalist. I'm happy to be a journalist.
And of course, technology is a major factor that has also come in to shape the whole process. In our time, you've got to go out to investigate. You don't rely on the social media to give you the advantage or to tell you what to do.
Some of our youth, they still believe that things have changed. And because of the modern technology, they distort some of these things. There is a code of conduct for practicing journalism. And the code of conduct does not change.
Guest speaker, also a renowned journalist, Dr. Dayo Duyile, who spoke on whether journalism is a money-making venture or not, laid emphasis on integrity, honesty, and hard work, which he described as the bedrock of the profession.
Journalism is a profession that gives information and develops society to the height that the society needs to get to. And by doing that, you will be doing a lot of job for humanity. And you don't expect payment except your salaries. But in being famous, people will invite you to come and do certain things for them, and they will pay you. That's legitimate. It's not brown envelope.
Chairman NUJ Ondo State Chapter, Leke Adigbite, in his remarks, lauded the contributions of the retired journalists to the profession, noting that the current leadership of the professional journalists in the state is working tirelessly to sustain its integrity.
As the current leadership of our union and our profession, as much as possible in the last few years, we built integrity for journalists in Ondo State.
The veterans, at the end of the business session, wined and dined, catching up on old times and their exploits while in service. Omoriola Mubiji, Osrc News.
The management of the Federal University of Technology Akure Futa has ordered the indefinite postponement of resumption of students for the 2023-2024 academic session. It has also directed that all students currently on campus and in hostels within the university should vacate. The directive followed a peaceful protest against tuition fee hike by Futa students. Our correspondent, Omorela Gbeji, again reports.
Early on Monday morning, students of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, mounted the entrance of the institution demanding reduction of the proposed tuition fee by the management. The students held placards with various inscriptions like "No to increment, we no gree," "This is not a private university," and "No one drop out for 500 level," "Respect the students' union," among others. At first, the front of the North Gate on Akure-Ilesha Expressway was not blocked to allow vehicular movement, but was later blocked despite heavy presence of security personnel. The Students' Union President, Futa Olayemi Oluwasoromidayo, said the school's tuition fee was increased last year and wondered why the latest decision. He said the students' body had met with the management on several occasions, but to no avail.
Subsidy removal. Yes. Economic hardship. Yes. Everybody is facing problems in this country. Yes. And the mindset of Tutarian is, since we have an increment last year, we believe to continue with what we have as of last year. We are not here to make a mandatory effort. We are here to solicit, to plead with the management. Please, help us see how we can continue with what we have as at the last increment of the last session for now. And we believe that our management is a management that will listen to the voice of the students.
The SUG president called on the federal government to intervene.
When we continue this peaceful process, please and please, I encourage all Tutarians to behave as the well-mannered Tutarians that we are. No problem, do not cause violence. All we are saying is no increment.
Reacting via the phone, the director of corporate communication, FUTA, Mr. Adegbenru Adebanjo, insists that tuition is free. He said the university has not opened portal for registration for returning students for the new session, contrary to what was being bandied in the public domain.
On the proposed new fees and charges, they are mainly for students-related services which are sourced from the economy. And the cost of such goods and services provided by the university for the students will certainly be impacted by cost of goods and services in the economy. To ensure smooth running of the university, certain consumables and payments for municipal services such as electricity, water, hostel management and maintenance, and cleaning and other sundry services are necessary, and the cost of providing the services have shot up, and the new charges are in response to this. Other costs that were adjusted as a result of the economic reality include medical examination for all students, biometric ID cards, and NHIS. They call it Tertiary Institution Health Insurance Scheme for students, and final year students book. FUTA wishes to reiterate that tuition remains free for all students, and that it has inbuilt mechanism within the system to look into and build consensus on matters affecting students, including charges and fees, and that mechanism is working on this matter, and consensus will be reached.
Mr. Adebanjo said the school management has ordered the indefinite postponement of resumption of students for the 2023-2024 academic session, and as well directed students on campus to vacate hostels within 24 hours. The institution has therefore postponed the resumption date for 2023-2024 academic session until further notice. Omoriola Humbiji, Osrc News.
Many people with Down syndrome in Africa face low life expectancy, abuse, stigma, segregation, and limited life opportunities, both as children and adults. Society's negative attitudes prevents them from reaching their potential, living valued lives, and contributing to society. To reverse this trend and give